All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. It's PastorDowell. I am not going to apologize for representing the truth, and no matter what area that I speak in. I am sincerely, and I've always literally been this way. I have a sincere concern for our welfare and our behavior. And we're just going to come to the conclusion and the literal facts that we have a country that has betrayed the people. It doesn't care anything about the people whatsoever at all. That's why I speak the way I do, because I realize that many people have not done any research. Most people do not know about history. Many people do not know that history repeats itself, and it seems to do this all the time. I am drawing from the experience of the first Iraq War to let you people know what I see on the horizon. We are preparing for war with Iran. Makes no difference whether you comprehend it, understand it, like it or not. It's happening right now. And I can tell you right now, I guarantee that we're already shipping troops overseas. This is how America does it. They'll build up and they'll ship troops overseas at all these staging places that we have in the world called military bases for a preemptive strike, because it doesn't cost as much to move them all at once. If we was to move them from America over there, we actually start building up. And we already have a tentative date and a plan already in our minds for an attack. Now, they're not going to tell the soldiers, because they know the soldiers, first thing they'll do is go start going blabbing and telling family members, and family members will run to social media. And next thing you know, everybody's talking about it. But the news media is already hip to it. Everybody is. And just by the mere fact of us speaking about it, it's just simply not going to stop it. I don't think for 1 minute that President Donald Trump is trying to improve race relations with anyone in the world. None whatsoever at all. As a matter of fact, he is establishing that we are the world's lone superpower. Period. And you will respect us. If you don't respect us as a people, you're going to respect our power and our military might. And I ain't Obama. I'm telling you. When Donald Trump imposed the travel ban, immediately, what did Iran do? They stopped issuing visas for America coming over to Iran. America's coming, period. It's a diplomatic standoff. That's what's going on right now. And how does America respond? By slapping Iran with a bunch of sanctions again. You have to understand. People, you need to comprehend what's going on. And then, of course, we have, President Trump, he tweeted. As a matter of fact, I got it pulled up here. He tweeted. And he says, Iran is playing with fire. That's what he says in his tweet. They don't appreciate how kind President Obama was to them, not me. In other words, I ain't Obama. And if you think that America is going to be run the same way that Obama ran it for 8 years, you people are out of your mind. The one thing that we all have literally got to acknowledge. We've heard politicians in the past before making campaign promises. Have we not? Yes, we have. And we all know that they're lies. We all know it's a dog and pony show. And we don't even call them for their false record and how they speak. We don't even call them for it. But we all know that it's just politics, basically just political lies. But for the first time in the history, American history, we're actually seeing, in case you hadn't figured out, this man is doing what he campaigned on. And nobody knows how to take it. Really. And that's the reason why that he's gaining a lot of favor with the veterans and a bunch of other people. But let me tell you something. And news media, I'm telling you, I don't care the posture of Fox News, they're after Trump. Well, it's over. We are going to war with Iran. It's already the war drums are beating, and it's there. It's coming. So what do we need to do? Listen, you need to prepare yourselves. It's wisdom. It's sense. It's intelligence to prepare yourselves. And those, you really truly need to start listening, because you listen to these pessimistic, ignorant, intellectually dishonest fools today that just cannot cope with reality. They got this stupid thing saying, well, where you stockpiling food for? Where you stockpiling food for? Are you afraid of something? See, there's the cancer that is going on today. Nobody said anything about that when our old people, our grandfathers and our grandmothers and stuff used to can and have a cellar. You don't even have a cellar now. Matter of fact, your cellar is driving down to the store, the local food market. It'd be a Walmart, Kroger, Myers, I don't care what it is. That is your storehouse. And you mean to tell me that you're going to depend on somebody else to store food for you? Really? Have you become so dependent upon the system that you literally can't survive or function without it? I tell people, buy bullets. Oh, look at it. But it ain't no big deal when the government buys up all the bullets, is it? They're preparing. If you really truly want to know how to prepare, all you got to do is watch and see what our government doing. They tell you everything you need to do. But you can't do that when you have all these people got you thinking that the world is going to continue to keep going the way it always has been. You're never going to be prepared. You're going to hurt. And if you're a leader, you are really charged for the welfare of the people, because the people are not charged to have the same level of discernment, the same level of concern, and the same level of intelligence. They literally are not, as you are. That's the reason why you're a leader. You're supposed to be able to prepare for the people who don't know how to prepare. You're supposed to be able to help the people who don't know how to help, and then you enlist those who are behind you and they see the vision that you're doing. And then what you're going to have is you're going to have a bunch of ignorant, know-it-all refugees at your front door knocking when crap hits the fan, because they didn't prepare. They were egotistical, they were arrogant, they were boisterous, they were self-willed, and all this when everything was going good and it was green. But man, as soon as it turns dry, man, those same people, all of a sudden you're going to see humility. And they are only there because they want advantage of you. In other words, and I think this is the heightened sense of selfishness. Here you are preparing. Here you are storing. Here you are doing everything you need to do in order to make sure that you and your family is ready. And then you got these other ignorant folks that ain't going to prepare, too lazy, too lethargic, too self-willed, that ain't going to do it. And they're going to depend on what you have stored for you and your family. And they're going to come and knock at your front door. They're going to want to come and move right on in with these puppy dog eyes. And they're going to want to eat up all your substance. And then when they get finished eating it all up, they're going to be the first one murmuring and complaining. The first ones murmuring and complaining. And I think it's just a sad situation. I'm telling you the way humanity operates. I hope that you get it. I hope that you really, truly, truly do. And that's the reason why I don't mind people making themselves known. I don't mind people who manifest themselves, who let me know how they really truly feel about Pastor Dowell, the ministry, or Straightway in general. I love it, because what that does is that takes another person off my plate of responsibility. That's what it does. And it just makes my job a little bit more easier. Isn't that amazing? So when they speak evil, when they attack, when they do all these, I already know that they're not doing any of this. I already know they're not following anyone that is preparing and stuff. But you wait, there's going to be a weep and there's going to be a howl all across this land. And guess what? When we go to war with Iran, there's really going to be a weep and a howl. Because see, most people don't know how our economy is affected when war is on the horizon. You don't understand. Everything goes towards that war effort. That's how, what happened after the Federal Reserve came into play in 1913? Immediately we experienced a depression. Oh man. And that's just another video in itself. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to go into that right now because I'll be digressing and I'll keep on digressing. Oh, I know only a few people are going to hear. Listen. I didn't get all this gray hair on my face just so I can continue on with life the way that I did when I was a teenager. Just live for the moment, live for today, and don't even think about tomorrow. No, I'm always thinking about tomorrow. I'm thinking about tomorrow. But I'm taking care of things today. And the things I'm taking care of today is going to pave the way for tomorrow. Anyway, I bet your boot-licking, jackleg, pastors are not doing that. I bet they still preaching and teaching prosperity in the midst of the greatest economic depression we've ever experienced in the world. My advice, you stop listening to these buck dancing preachers. I'm telling you. Because they're not prepared and they're leading you all to the slaughter.